Hello, welcome back to the Gemma Movie Recap. In this video, we will be enjoying an action-adventure film entitled The System. There will be spoilers ahead. Chill out and enjoy.
But before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and click the bell icon for future notifications. Now, let's start.
The movie begins with a group of drug dealers preparing their goods for delivery. One of them leaves the building to get some food. He is blind to Terry Savage's approach, which is what he misses. Then Terry raps on the door of the room where the rest of the crew is. Terry requests that the money be placed in the bag on the table as soon as the door is opened. Two drug dealers start fighting with Terry, which causes a ruckus, but Terry can handle them all because he used to be in the military. Jerry leaves the house with a bag of cash. When police officials tell him to turn himself in, all of his efforts are then for nothing. He is escorted to the police station to be processed after being arrested. Commissioner Clark is astounded by Jerry's credentials. Given Jerry's history and his status as a real-life military hero, Clark believes it unlikely that Jerry will end up in their care. Jerry explains that when he came home after participating in the war, he discovered that he couldn't even afford to buy his own food and medicine. Clark is eager to support Jerry. He needs Jerry's assistance to go undercover in order for him to accomplish it. Clark wants a jail institution to be looked at for suspected human rights abuses, corruption, and other criminal activity. Not everyone is given permission to enter, because the warden has complete authority over the area. The guards are all ex-military, which makes this job even more difficult. Jerry declines the suggestion. Jerry will be sentenced to 10 years in prison if he refuses, according to Clark. If he accepts the proposal, Clark pledges to liberate him. He should do this for his daughter, who needs medical attention too, Clark reminds him. Jerry then gives her daughter a call and pledges to take whatever steps are necessary to secure all of the support she needs to recover. Jerry shows up at the jail or prison. He goes through stringent screening procedures after that before being led to his own cell. There, he finds a phone tucked away in a book. Clark hid this for him on purpose. He can transmit any proof implicating the warden to this address. The following day, the grisly reality of jail life sets in. When Jerry takes a while to leave his cell for a roll call, he is struck in the leg. His food is also thrown when one of the prisoners demands that he kneels down to him. Jerry then decides to leave the pantry and go to the basketball court. Immediately after, a group of prisoners demanding to know his story and to join them surrounds him. Jerry lets them know that he prefers to be alone and he is not interested in being a part of their team. While cleaning the floor at the laundry area, Jerry witnesses one of the leaders in the prison named Freeway being attacked by some prisoners. He manages to defend himself and walks out without a scratch. One night, while a group of criminals beat a prisoner next to Jerry's cell, Jerry hears him yell for aid. The same guy who commands Jerry to bow down to him also serves as their leader. They move on to visit Jerry in his cell, but the former soldier is prepared for anything. Jerry is assisted by Bones, a different prisoner. Until the jail guards show up, they successfully neutralize the threat together. The attacker, who was a prisoner, is assaulted by Warden Lucas. He is then made to apologize to Jerry by him. Jerry receives an apology from the warden himself for his ordeal. Commissioner Clark had warned him about the cruelty of this warden, so he was taken aback by this. Lucas reminds Jerry that his goal should be to get back to her daughter as soon as he can. The warden also admits that he created the dungeon as his job can be pretty boring. The dungeon is an underground fighting ring where prisoners are made to fight against each other. Becoming a fighter while in prison will help Jerry get back home soon. A lady guard named Gina then hands him the body gear he will need during the fights. Gina recognizes Jerry after the former soldier and his team save her when her troops are under attack in Afghanistan. Jerry is presented to Bones, the other inmate. Bones tells him to concentrate on the task at hand and not let the outer world divert him. He should put surviving the dungeon first. For Jerry, this is a promising beginning to share with Clark. Then, regarding the combat situation within the prison, he sends a note to the commissioner. Jerry is shown a training location by Bones. He stresses the value of preparation because it will be difficult to survive the dungeon. Jerry gets ready and moves in the direction of where the dungeon will be taking place. As the fight starts, he secretly records it for evidence while he waits for his turn. A fighter named Freeway stands out as he fights against two opponents and eliminates both of them with ease. It's not Jerry's turn to fight, and he is up against a fighter from a Mexican mob. Bones cautions him that his adversary wants to knock him to the ground. As Jerry is taken down and thrashed, it becomes clear that this is easier said than done. During a break, Bones tells him to resist and avoid hitting the ground once more. Jerry stops the opponent as soon as he attempts a second takedown, much to the pleasure of the crowd. Warden Lucas is reprimanded by Freeway for allowing Bones to assist Jerry. Lucas reveals that Bones directly asked for permission for him to assist Jerry and that he makes him think of a relative. Freeway assures Lucas that because he is the one implementing the rules that Lucas established, the prison facility is tranquil. Lucas responds that he is still working on it when asked why he hasn't been released as promised. He continues by saying that a rematch between Freeway and a top fighter from a different prison is in the works. He will be liberated if he succeeds. Jerry interacts with Jeanette, a lawyer who works for Veterans National Affairs, and she informs him that she has been given the job of representing him. She pledges to fight for his release, but Jerry rejects her words. Freeway approaches Jerry and Bones back at the pantry. Bones reminds Jerry to ignore him. Bones shares that he offered to help Freeway back then, but he refused to listen. Bones then warns him that his next opponent will be a tough one, as the other prisoner will have the speed advantage. To counter that, Bones advises that Jerry use brute strength to overwhelm him. When fight night comes, his opponent uses some flashy moves to intimidate him. But when the bell rings and he runs towards Jerry, the former soldier hits him with a solid right hand that knocks him out cold. The crowd erupts as Jerry is declared the winner. Bones shares that he is behind bars because of murder. A known rapist was messing with his sister, so he tracked him down and beat him to death with his bare hands. When Bones and Jerry are back in the pantry, all eyes are on Jerry. Bones warns him to watch his back as he is now a threat to Freeway, and his people will come after him. Two of Freeway's employees try to attack Jerry as he goes about his daily cleaning, but he is able to fight them off. Gina intervenes and is stabbed in the chest while one of them stabs Jerry with a knife. Jerry receives a call to report to the warden. He is informed that Freeway will not be battling him because he has another opponent lined up. Jerry, who is prepared to face Freeway, begs the warden to call the fight. Freeway and his warriors have been invited by the dungeon. The warden is enraged since one of his jail guards was killed as a result of what Freeway did recently. Then his two men are put to death. Freeway originally denied that he had given the order for Jerry to be attacked, but he subsequently came clean. He is expected to fight Jerry by the warden. Although Freeway would have preferred not to, he is forced to accept the proposition due to his current circumstances. Returned to the gym, Bones gives Jerry some pointers on how to deal with the technique of the Freeway. They then train together in preparation for the big night. Bones also reminds him to fight for his little girl, who was thrilled to see him again. Fight night, and the two fighters are set to square up. Jerry is introduced first. Freeway comes in prepared. When the fight starts, Freeway's speed and agility seem to be too much for Jerry. The round ends with Freeway getting the better end of the exchanges. When round 2 starts, Jerry is able to make necessary adjustments to counter Freeway's offense. He can then be knocked out and the fight can be concluded. Jerry insists that he be released as agreed upon while still in his cell and provides the commissioner all the video of the fights. The inmates show Jerry respect for being the top dog in the entire facility when he walks to the pantry to fetch some food. He is informed by the warden that he has reached the summit of the mountain. He can manage the facility, the warden suggests. Jerry rejects him right away. He is taken to a hidden location where illicit drugs are processed by the warden after repeated requests. He wants to demonstrate to Jerry what he would be missing if he declines the offer. Jerry leans on the table and stealthily takes a handful of some of the medications. The warden then leads him to the mortuary where he is shown the bodies of the 2 inmates who killed the female prison guard by attacking him. Jerry is under the impression that he'll be taken back to his cell. He is surprised that he is led to the warden's office again. To his surprise, the commissioner is there telling him that he is not done with his task yet. Therefore, Going home is not an option. Jerry has just realized that he was set up. Jerry was proposed to work for the commissioner and the warden. It implies that when he competes against the best inmates from other jails, he will be representing their institution. The warden brings in Bones and tortures him in front of Jerry while remaining uninterested. Jerry is consequently compelled to accept the offer. Back in their cell, Jerry and Bones devise their next strategy, one that involves every prisoner. A significant event is about to occur. Jerry meets with the defense counsel in secret and presents her with a chip that has a film of several transgressions, including the unlawful fights that occurred within the prison. The officials from the other prison show up. As they are bringing in a different fighter, the warden is taken aback. The new fighter recently dispatched the other top dog, making him the best fighter. The warden is informed. They bet that Lucas, the warden, will lose if he forbids Jerry from fighting the new guy. Jerry competes against the best fighter from the other prison. He receives all the cheers because he is the best fighter on his home ground, while the rival receives vociferous jeers. Jerry is clearly the smaller boxer when the fight starts. He is handled rough right away. He creates a distraction with the medicines he earlier took to give him some time before launching an attack on the bigger foe. Jerry is able to take complete control of the fight once the smoke has cleared. He then gives the detainees the go-ahead to carry out their strategy. The jail guards are being attacked by the inmates. The warden tells his guards not to fire because the event is being broadcast live on pay-per-view. He then escapes using an elevator. Jerry confronts him before he can get to his office. Jerry gets twice shot, but his vest keeps him alive. In an effort to assist Jerry, Bones assaults the warden. The dishonest warden is then taken into custody by DEA agents who have arrived. Jeanette tells Jerry that she used the evidence from the chip to contact the authorities and put an end to the corruption and illegal drug trade within the prison. She also adds that she is given a full pardon for his role in taking down the corrupt officials. He is now a free man. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and help the channel grow.